Hello guys, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to talk about balance because I feel like balance is one of the hardest things that us as humans have to master. Settings wise, I'm in the hallway because having a bit of a shuffle around in my house at the moment, so I haven't got my office space. So I have got 6 ways to help you find balance. These are all things that help me. They're nothing groundbreaking, they're nothing huge and difficult to do. They're just simple things that you can implement into your daily routines and into your mindset to help you find a sense of balance. So if you like this kind of video, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below, let me know how you find balance. These are in no particular order, however, number 1 for me, I think is the best way to find balance, and that is to cut out anything in your life that you do not want, love or need. Because if you're spinning a load of plates, you've got, family and friendships and work and activities that you want to do and self-care and all these different things, that in there you've got friendships that aren't good for you, maybe clubs that your kids go to that they don't really enjoy, that you don't enjoy going to either, work that doesn't make you feel appreciated, anything like that. You're balancing things that you don't want, love or need to balance. So the best thing to do is to get rid of those things, leave the toxic relationship, cut out the unappreciative friendships. You don't have to have anyone in your life that you don't want, love or need to have in there. Quit the job where you feel undervalued. Don't go to the exercise class that you really don't enjoy and aren't seeing progress from. And I know a lot of these things are easier said than done. It's not that easy to just walk away from a relationship, to cut out a friend, to quit a job, but put things in place to do those. And then you won't be juggling things that you don't want to be juggling, and the things that you are juggling, the plates that you are spinning, the weights that you're balancing will all be things that you want, love and need to balance, and you'll put so much more focus and energy and effort into balancing those things that it will hopefully become easier to do. Number 2 is to group your life. So group the things that you're balancing. For me personally, I have my children, my family, I have my work, and in my work I've got that group. So I have my Instagram work, my YouTube work, my blog work, I have life admin, I have self-care, I have fitness. So they're the different plates that I'm currently spinning. And I find having them grouped separately allows me to really focus on them. And it makes the next 2 points a lot easier as well. So number 3 is to make to-do lists. I mention this point in so many different videos, like how to be positive, how to have a good morning, how to have a good evening. And I feel like to-do lists are such a good way to find balance. So for me, I make overall to-do lists for the different groups in my life. So for example, the house, it could be really simple things like we've run out of loo rolls, so I need to buy those tomorrow, or maybe the shower's broken and I need to let the landlady know. Family could be to make a phone call, to send a letter. The kids, it could be things for Jasper's school, Jensen's nursery, and then I'll have different lists for things that I need to do for my blog, my YouTube, life admin, like booking a doctor's appointment, booking Jensen's flu vaccination, I don't know, paying the car insurance, that kind of thing. So I'll have all of those different lists. Obviously, I'm not going to do all of those things in one day. Some of them might be things that I just need to do before Christmas or by the end of the month, by the end of the week. They're things that are not urgent, so they all just stay on the group list, which I write in my notepad like this. And then I also do daily to-do lists, so the things that I need to do today. So in the evenings when I get into bed, I go through my list and I pick the things that I need to do the next day. So it might just be, book a doctor's appointment, that's for my life admin, take that form into Jasper's school, that's for my kids group, film that video for YouTube, write that post for my blog, and that just makes it so much more manageable. Just having urgent to-do lists, things to do now, and then things that you don't need to do until later, but grouped into the areas that they're for, rather than having one huge to-do list and slowly chipping away at it. Although, if that works for you, then do that as well. But the main point of this is to have to-do lists. That's a really good way to find balance because you can tick off different things. It makes you feel better once you've done them, and you can kind of see your to-dos, everything that you need to do in your immediate life and in the next few weeks, months or whatever, in one place. Number 4 is to time manage. This is something that I don't do too strictly. I try and inject a little bit of time management into my day. I have my to-do lists. I know every day what we're going to be doing, what I need to do. I try and kind of time manage so I know when I'm going to be doing those things. So for example, this morning when I woke up, I knew that I had to take a brand picture, so I planned to do that while the boys were having their breakfast. And then I knew when I came home that Jensen would have lunch, and then while he was playing, I'd quickly film this video. So I try and manage my time, and I feel like that's a really good way of finding balance, rather than just thinking, I've got not hundreds of things to do today, because you've made your to-do list, you know what's urgent for today, but maybe you've got 10, 15 things to do today. When am I going to do it? And schedule things in, and that includes self-care. Guys, I'm on a roll, so I hope you don't mind, but I'm just going to finish filming this video on my phone, because otherwise I'd have to wait for the battery to charge again. Time managing includes self-care. So for example, after this, I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea, and tonight I'm scheduling in to have a bath. So once I put the boys to bed tonight, I'm going to have a bath. That is my plan for the evening, to have a bath, maybe listen to a podcast, put a face mask on, something like that. And I just think that's so important, not to think like, oh, if I've got time, I'll have a bath. If I've got time, I'll have a quick cup of tea. Schedule that in. That is something that you need. Self-care is so, so important. I talk about this all the time. So I think it's really important to make it a plate that you're spinning, put it up there as something that you are holding on to and you are making time for. Number 5, another way to find balance is to listen to your body. My body really reacts to stress, anxiety, any kind of negative emotion. I have IBS, which is triggered by anxiety. I get ulcers in my mouth. When I'm feeling stressed, when I get angry, when I get overwhelmed, when I get quite low, I get migraines. They're also triggered by things like dairy, not eating enough. You know, if I go to the gym on an empty stomach, bright lights as well. My eyes are very sensitive. Yeah, they're also very triggered by things like stress. So I really need to listen to my body. But if I can take something positive from it, it's that it's telling me that I need to slow down. I need to balance. I need to put my self-care up there a little bit higher in my priorities, and maybe do a bit less work, you know, maybe socialise a little bit less or a little bit more. It depends what it's doing to my mood. So yeah, I think listening to your body is really, really important, because it's telling you when you're out of balance. Whatever your emotions are, if you're feeling a bit anxious, angry, sad, low, and also your physical responses, if you're hungry, if you're thirsty, if you're tired, if you're achy, all of those things, that's your body telling you in some way that you're out of balance. So yeah, just try and listen to your body and let it tell you what you need. And last but not least, number 6 is to appreciate the small things. Again, this is something that I talk about a lot, gratitude. But I feel like in terms of finding balance, when you can really appreciate the small things. So for example, if you can think of things like sitting down and having a cup of tea, taking your child to the park where you're getting fresh air, things like that as self-care, then you'll feel like you're prioritising your self-care more and having a better sense of balance. Equally, things like if, say, you are miserable in your job and you feel like you're failing at it, not necessarily going out and finding a new job straight away, but browsing job sites, asking your friends what kind of thing they think you'd be good at for a job. Those are all little manageable things that if you appreciate them as steps in the direction to finding a new job, you'll feel that sense of balance a lot more, because you might not be taking that big leap, you know, like for self-care, you might not be going on a spa day every day, but doing your skincare in the morning, having a shower, getting dressed, going outside and getting fresh air, they're all things that are contributing to your self-care. I think if you appreciate those small things that you are doing and the small things that you do have, you won't always be striving to do more and feel like you're dropping the plate and that you're out of balance. And equally, when you're feeling gratitude for the things that you do have, you're less likely to be wanting more and more and feeling like you're out of balance. So for example, I want to get a mortgage. That is my long-term goal. It's something that I really want to do. But rather than thinking to myself, you know, I'm failing, I don't have a mortgage, I'm thinking, how lucky am I, how fortunate am I to be in the position where I can rent a beautiful home, I've got a roof over mine and my children's heads. Even though I think you should still be ambitious and you should still strive for more, you won't feel like you're failing if you don't have more. So that's it, those are my 6 ways to find balance. I hope you found them useful. I hope the whole change in camera was okay. I just think things like fancy effects and lighting and all of that, they're great and all, but it's the content. Like for me anyway, for this channel, it's the content that I think is important. As long as you can see me, as long as you can hear my words and hopefully benefit from what I'm saying, hopefully the rest doesn't matter. And I actually quite like this. I'm sat sat by my window on my laundry box, so I might do this more often. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below and let me know how you find balance. Thanks for watching, bye!